To me, Turkey, you ready for this one?
Yeah. We just had dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What do you think? Vega versus compLexity. Who do you think's gonna win? Whoops.
I think Vega.
Yeah.
Like, coL
I think most people are siding with Vega pretty heavily.
coL changed their roster 5 days ago. Way2 and MJW both left.
Yeah, and they really haven't looked very good before that, so
But
we'll see if things change.
now they've got Chessie. 7k MMR. His Steam avatar says Hon trash.
Team ban.
Yep.
Expect great things.
I remember Chessie. Back in the day.
Is he still Nip's coach?
No, I don't think so.
Because he's brother, he's Limp's brother, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
He's a stand-in player for someone, definitely.
I'm sure he's standing for his Nip.
Reserve
That would
time.
make sense. Or maybe he's still standing for Alliance. I don't know. Either way.
He's playing here.
Either way, he's going to be standing in for compLexity. Apparently, he's going to be playing the mid role, and Swindle will have to, I guess, go into. I'm guessing he plays carry now.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to assume anyway.
Dire team pick.
Because I guess I don't really see Swindle
Going to
changing out
support.
of that core role.
Yeah.
Whoa, Swindle is playing off lane,
Oh, really?
I guess.
So Ziz stays on 1.
Yes, this stays on 1. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
And then Z-Freak support mid. And that leaves Vlad
10
as our
seconds remaining.
5 position as well. Anyway, this is our new compLexity lineup. Slardar Ancient Apparition as an opener here against the Dazzle Darkseer. I like the Ancient Apparition as a second pickup if you already have 2 different healers on the board. Dazzle and, of course, the Darkseer, usually going for the mech. I think there's a lot of value in this pickup. I don't really like it 1-2 most of the time, but in this specific matchup, I do like it. If you are facing up against Dazzle plus something that had some sort of regeneration. Doom, Alchemist, Darkseer because he's a quick mech hero, something like that. Actually, SF wouldn't be bad as well. He's a mech hero. Vega Squadron, though, third pick up the Templar Assassin now.
Nasty stuff. They see the Slardar first pick. Minus armor, huh? Well, I'll go with Dazzle TA. Give you some minus armor. Darkseer, like I'm looking at Slardar. I'm wondering whether it's going to be going towards the off lane or the safe lane. I guess they've still got that open for them.
Wind Ranger at your service.
The Wind Ranger Slardar combo. Minus armor plus focus fire, pretty potent.
Yeah, and it serves as a pretty decent mid versus Templar Assassin, obviously. Only dishes out damage and right clicks, and that can be dodged through Wind Run. Still have a problem with side blades, though. That is actually, I've actually seen some Templar Assassins beat out Wind Rangers, not kill, but just do enough harassment via side blades that they actually win the lane. But that's pretty rare. Earthshaker now picked up for Vega Squadron, a little bit of team fight prowess and potential ganking opportunities here in the early game when we have level 6. Yeah, as a support. Yeah. Should be, right? Darkseer.
Yeah, I just mean, like, we rarely see this anymore.
We don't see a whole lot of Earthshaker anymore.
Yeah, we see Earthshaker off lane occasionally for, you know, like DK Phobos and people like that who still like to run it in the off lane.
I think it's more. I think it's more viable as support nowadays.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Reserve time.
Because the offlane opened up to all these semi carries. Doom, Slardar. You're able to get greedier with your offlane than you used to be. You used to be the old offlane meta was set. It was like Earthshaker, Clockwork, Tusk, Spiritbreaker. And that was kind of it, right? They either had early roaming potential or they had ways to guarantee themselves experience. But now we can be a lot more greedier with our offlane, so we're picking heroes like Slardar, like Nightstalker offlane. And I think that Earthshaker just doesn't do enough. For example, like the problem with Earthshaker in the previous patch was if you left the top lane solo, Earthshaker played a 1 versus 1, he can't punish the hero that he's facing up against. Where heroes like Nightstalker and Slardar definitely can.
Yeah.
Doom for sure. I mean, Doom just beats out lanes all the time.
What are Vega Squadron setting up for here? Because the Ember Spirit ban I
10
understand with the
seconds
AA
remaining.
couples up nicely. The Clinks ban is kind of interesting though. I mean, Pasha sure plays the Phantom Lancer, it's a decent ban out by compLexity. But the Clinks ban seems like they've got minus armor and they've got decent tower push with it, I guess. But
I think they're just afraid of the synergy of Slardar.
okay.
They amplify damage with physical damage from both Wind Ranger and Clinks. Yeah, I mean, with Clinks, you could just start, like, two-shotting people, you know? If they have amplified damage. Because that'll amp up the Searing Arrow damage, too.
Yeah.
10
Which is
seconds
physical.
remaining.
That's actually pretty insane. I'm surprised I haven't seen that yet.
5 seconds remaining.
So what's left for Pasha?
Um,
It's kind of weird the Broodmother's still in the pool, you know,
Reserve
with with Vega loving that hero for the past month or so.
Are we gonna call no one Noon now from now on? By the way,
Apparently so. And Sioma.
oh, I don't like that. I mean, I was fine with Sioma. It's a weird name to remember, but I'm down with that. Noon just doesn't sound good. No one sounds kind of cool, except for the whole like, oh, and no one
one's missing.
dies. Yeah, it's like, okay, that's a little weird, but at least it sounded cool. Noon, I don't know about that.
What about Yapashu Yabashu?
Yeah, just call him Pasha. I ain't messing around with that.
Suka bliat.
Anyway, what's the dealio, Vega Squadron? You can't play Phantom Lancer.
You can't play Ember, you can't play Gyro. There's so many heroes banned that Pasha loves to pick up.
Slark's not really great here. You got Ancient Apparition, Winter Wyvern.
Like,
I need a
Razor is
picture
a
of all the
Pasha hero.
carries. I mean, I guess you can go kind of like a semi-carry as your safe laner, right? So, Viper.
Luna?
Hmm.
Like nothing,
Not a fan.
nothing sort of screams out, "Oh, I'm a great hero here."
Yeah, you need some sort of survivability, I think, versus a Slardar Wind Ranger and.
Like Juggernaut would be good, but there's an AA. I mean, Juggernaut's still decent against Wind Ranger. You know, Omni Slash through the Wind Run.
There's Cold Embrace though. That's always problematic for Juggernaut.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a tough
10
call.
seconds remaining.
Get a Razor or Viper or something.
5 seconds remaining.
Vega Squadron apparently are at a bit of loss, or they're just confident with their pick. Centaur! Whoa!
Oh yeah, of course,
Gaia
of course.
teams.
All right, wow.
I always forget about this. The Pasha Centaur.
All right, Pasha.
And what does that leave for compLexity? They're still pretty open. You know, they could still put Slardar towards the top. Have him safe lane supported by the AA Wyvern.
Does a return bounce back to your allies?
10
That's a
seconds
good question.
remaining. 5
You get a game breaking or
Reserve
anything,
time.
but it's just kind of interesting. There's all these winter curse mechanics that I don't really know about.
Like
Game breaking or
Reserve
anything,
time.
but it's just kind of interesting. There's all these winter curse mechanics that I don't really know about.
I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. 'Cause if I say one way or
10
the other, I'm going to get
seconds
flamed.
remaining.
Spectre is the last pick. Okay. A heavy amount of late game now on the side of compLexity with that pickup. This does leave them rather susceptible to the Centaur, though. Like a nice aggressive hero that's able to put pressure on. Too bad Terrorblade isn't viable
And also not in Captain's mode.
on those late game farmers, especially illusion based heroes. Naga Siren, I think, is usually what I think of when I'm looking at Ziz. Too bad Terrorblade isn't viable.
And also not in Captain's mode.
And also that.
That's
I bet
another
he
thing
is. I bet he is viable. Have you played against any Terrorblades yet?
I played
Newer Terrorblades?
I played against one the other night, and I completely forgot that Reflect is now like a big AoE thing.
Yeah, that
That
shit's crazy.
all these freaking illusions appeared. I was like, hang on a second, something's broken here, and then I realized, no, he got changed.
I was just like, what? That shit cray. What's going on?
Why is there a raffle in chat? Who the hell started a raffle?
Raffle, guys, just type your favorite number and
Raffle giveaway.
you can win a Kappa face. I don't know. Well, join Dota Red. We'll type Kappa in chat.
XD.
Type Kappa and your name. You could be famous.
Oh my goodness.
Sioma. Sioma. Sioma.
Sioma.
Sioma. Sioma. See, I have a hard time with the SY combination, and I always called him Seoma. I was like, it's something like Seoma. I know that's not right, but it's something like that. Then I just started calling him by his hero name. Like, screw it.
Yeah, forget this. It's like when the Chinese players start using Chinese characters.
Oh, yeah. Forget that.
I mean, that's just not happening.
Battle begins.
What is this set from Wind Ranger, by the way?
Every coin helps.
Where is she?
Feather swing hair. Yeah, she's
Eh.
kind of cute. She's got this tomboy look going on to her.
Is that what you're into?
You know me. All right, so let's talk about this laning phase, shall we? Swindles is going to be going up against Solo's Dazzle, backed up obviously by the Centaur. It's a bit dangerous, but Solo. Let's actually just look at a catch the creep wave here as it comes in. The range creep didn't go first. Swindle couldn't actually block that one out, so the creep equilibrium will go to the favor of Vega Squadron. And already their harassment game has begun. Same goes in the middle lane, where Sioma is actually blocked out Chessie with a nice little fisher. And given Noon some room to work around. That is not going to roll off the tongue very easily, that's for sure. Noon.
Oh god.
I literally look at the name,
Swindle.
I see no one, and I say
It's a fisher.
Noon.
He's dead?
Oh, yeah, he is. Bye-bye, Swindle. All right. That's my debut of the Swindle offlane.
Oh dear.
And he gets caught out by Sioma's rotation as the Earthshaker.
Trading hits with the Dazzle.
That being said, Mag is not having a good time either. He's going for the double ion shell plan. He's going up against a full tri-lane, and they're doing a good job shutting him out from experience, but of course the lane will still push forward, and it's going to be a tough lane for the Spectre. And this is why it's so necessary for Vlad to sack his own levels and just focus on keeping Darkseer out, because you can't afford to let him get level 3 at decent time, because otherwise your Spectre is just going to lose way too much regen and start suffering in CS.
Not a single point of experience for Mag. So they're going to stack up large camp here, so Sioma's going to get that going for him. But Ancient Apparition hasn't leveled anything up yet. Zephyric's still standing around waiting for, Chilling Touch. Maybe a Cold Feet if they can land a Shackle, but you don't really expect Chessie to go for an early point in Shackle.
Ooh, regen. That's a nice pickup for TA. That'll certainly help out in this matchup. Swindle forced to blow through Health Potion. With the Dazzle always in lane, Pasha is going to be slowed down in levels. Where you compare like Ziz right now, who's completely getting solo experience. Should stop clicking on him, though. Every single time I click on him, he's missing CS.
The curse.
Yeah. It's tough, the last hit underneath
Swindle?
tower.
Does he die again here? I mean, there's an AA to try and save him.
The block. Oh, the block is there. If he, he doesn't have trees. He doesn't have tangos to eat through, so if they body block him enough. No, never mind. I forgot. Sprint gives you that phase movement, so he's going to eat the mango, turn around, go for the stun, and get out. The stun will come in, but it's not enough damage.
He has to go all the way back to base, TP down to bottom lane as well. And AA, down in this bottom lane, he does have to be careful. Because if Sioma comes in again with another Fisher, this Ancient Apparition has nothing. No boots, no way to survive or escape. They're not going to find it.
He's got just enough vision from this ward to give him the heads up. Our mid matchup, 14-7 compared to Chessie's 10-3, so Noon's actually doing very well for himself. The harassment of the side blades is going to work.
But this Centaur, once he gets up into level 6 plus Blink Dagger, there's some relatively squishy heroes over on compLexity. Spectre, depending on what kind of build she goes into, probably the treads into hopefully Radiance Rush for her, but unlikely I think. Just going for like drums, maybe an urn.
Yeah, I think so too.
A little better.
Swindle, Sprint's going to last long enough that he should be able to get out of this one, it looks like. In fact,
Can he turn?
Sioma drops a bit low. He starts eating his way through the trees. Actually has another Fisher set up. That's a DD on Chessie. His power shot doesn't actually land. Swindle's going to get bursted down. Pasha may die because of that, though. He gets the shackle shot, and this is going to be well worth the life of Swindle. If he actually managed to get the kill, Solo, a little bit of body blocking there, not quite the greatest setup. Solo heals himself, actually gets some damage onto Chessie. That last hit from the Ancient Apparition isn't quite enough, though. What a fortuitous rune there. Oh, wait, what? Nice. I actually turned away from that one because I didn't see enough mana on Chessie, but
yeah, the 201 build on Dazzle. Full aggression onto the Slardar, expecting just to be able to zone out, but good rotation in from Wind Ranger. The DD rune definitely helping out a touch.
Top tower is under attack.
And you could see, like, the moment they go for that kind of aggression. Oh, just actually caught himself in the trees. But this does leave the Spectre open again.
Tower is under attack.
So, especially once the level 6 comes in for the Centaur, you were talking about earlier, like, there's so much kill power on this hero.
Add in the Vacuum Stomp double edge potential combo they've got as well.
Yeah.
So there's Aquila on Spectre. It could really even be the Phase Boots Ring of Aquila and look to fight a little bit earlier with the damage you get from that.
I mean, I like Phase Boots and like Phase Boots plus Urn or Aquila or whatever. I like that build, but I'm not sure if it's going to work out.
You've got to tank up a little bit more. Swindle's
Yeah.
blocked in again.
I like your idea. Phase Boots, he should be fine. Again, it's just the problem. Oh, maybe. Oh, they get the stun, double edge, and it's enough. Ooh, that heavy amount of double damage. Double edge damage.
Double derper damage.
Yeah, that.
Oh, no.
Oh, don't quite get him. Z-Freak will be able to sneak himself ahead of that one. Meanwhile, in this top rune area, gets the bounty rune, and Vlad is actually going to be slowed down to a point that he almost lands on the cliff. Now when Shackle Shot comes in, Focus Fire rips through the refraction, but not enough damage to really threaten Noon.
Chessie, though, with the rotations he's making down to bottom lane over and over again, definitely losing out in last hits here, and the TA has actually been clearing out Ancients bit by bit.
Oh, trap 1, trap 2, trap 3. Now the Poison Touch, surround him, and get off the... Oh, that doesn't do quite enough damage, but a great Shackle Shot from Chessie, not going to be enough to allow him to live. He still gets run down the double support rotations, thanks in part to that illusion pickup from Solo. Allows them to be able to get the kill.
Who's TPing? Winter Wyvern. Everything for complexity right now is just from the back foot. Down to bottom lane, Swindle's caught again by Pasha.
Oh, do you commit for this kill? He's got the double edge. He's going to try and kill himself onto Swindle, but he's being kited around. Nicely played. Z-Freak and Swindle, the brothers, showing the deadly duo that they can be.
Yeah, there were 4 stick charges on the Centaur. I don't know if he would have been able to get away with it, but maybe it would have been worth a try, turning around to kill the AA or something like that. But they've left Spectre up the top. You can see Mag just trying his hardest to get in and farm efficiently from lane to jungle and back again. But the Dire, they're stacking up, they're building things for a little bit later on, and if the Spectre goes unaddressed for another couple of minutes, things are going to really start to look scary, because you'll have no mech on Darkseid just yet. The TA still is yet to really burst in farm. You know, she is ahead by a good margin, 1,100 over the Wind Ranger, but there hasn't yet been that situation where she's taken down a massive amount of stacks and really created that gap between herself and the other mid.
Oh, they can just hard push this lane. Centaur, double edge, almost kills the creep wave, then they get a shadow wave in. Heals at the creep wave to full, and it bursts down the rest of those creeps. And they've got this double siege creep. Swindle comes forward, able to take out one of the siege wagons. Still going to be a lot of damage on this tier 1 tower, though. Centaur ultimate, they're going to try and chase down Swindle. They know his stun is on cooldown, and they'll get the kill because of it. Ooh! Just barely. Solo's maxed out poison build is enough. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Noon's going to take advantage of that extra movement speed as well and run down the Ancient Apparition. Now challenging Chessie with the meld. That, of course, doesn't actually land. And pops the haste rune. No win run, but there is, of course, Vlad. And he's ready with the response.
And he's looking for a team.
He is. 4-5 position. This could be his team.
No,
or not.
Not if your name is that while you're playing for them.
Oh, threatening it.
Vlad's very far forward here. They want to TP in.
Oh, yeah, they're going to fight this one out. He managed to get the Splinter Blast onto Pasha. That's big, as now Ziz might be able to finish him off. The Stomp goes down. He needs one more hit, but never mind. Now make it 2 with the heal coming out. They managed to take out the Wind Ranger. Looks like a stun stopped his TP, and they finish him off with a power shot. Jesse is going to keep running in and try and go for another power shot. Long range, not quite on point. Pasha saw that one coming, but Swindle... he's on the hunt. He's got the amplified damage. Chessie, he's got another power shot. Oh, this one's not going to be enough to finish him off, though. The Tranquil Boots has healed Pasha up too much. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, while they're making that heavy commitment, Noon has actually pushed the Tier 1 tower down to below half HP.
Same as top as well. Mag is cutting creep waves, he's farming jungle, and they've given him a lot of room. Mech is complete now if he wants it. And then head back into the Arcane Boots. So with that Spectre Haunt down to the bottom lane, they know they need to make something of it, which is why they're trying to hard commit for this Tier 1 tower at bottom lane, but they don't have any good way of clearing out creep waves. You mentioned the Centaur with the double edge Shadow Wave combo. There's nothing like that over on compLexity. They've got Splinter Blast, Power Shot, but these guys are rarely going to be together when hard pushing into a lane. I have to give up and go back to farming top.
So he's got Treads and a Killa right now on the Spectre. I think that's a good call. Too much burst damage from the Centaur. I even like the one level of Dispersion. Feels kind of necessary against the Darkseer's early harassment and will help out a bit later in mitigating some of that incoming damage.
There's no way you can force Mag out of lane though now with the mech. It'll be super difficult. Chessie clears out a stack, and what's that? Phase Boots plus Bottle, that's it. He's still got about 1,000 gold saved up though. Probably see the standard from him, going to the point boost to Aghanim Scepter. But the one thing is, you know, the AA plus the Winter Wyvern, they're getting level 6s. They've got Winter's Curse ready now actually, and the AA isn't far away from his. So these big ultimates will be ready soon. And these are the things that are going to be really good at deterring the push in from Vega, defending their tier 2s especially.
Yeah, they actually have really good, like when it comes to high ground defense, really good spam to be able to stop that between, as you mentioned earlier. Oh, yeah, Tick. Oh my god.
Level 3 poison touch, dude.
Uh-oh. Shallowgrave, he doesn't have a TP, so he knows. He just has to commit onto Z-Freak. He has enough to be able to throw out another Shadow Wave. He actually eats the mango, but realizes his spells are on cooldown, so not much he could do there. That's hilarious, though.
That's fine. Dazzle for Slaughter.
That Poison Touch maxed out.
Pre-12-minute Desolator Treads on your Templar Assassin. Oh, this is the gap I was talking about. Went from 1,000 to 2,000 that were ahead of the Wind Ranger, but it's that key item differential. You know, the Wind Ranger's building into the Aghanim Scepter, which costs a hell of a lot more. And the Desolator, it's ready.
Pasha's run around inside the jungle, trying to, you know, that moment where you're in the jungle and you're just like, I'm close to my Blink Dagger, but I don't have enough regen. I don't want to go back to base, but you kind of have to. Ooh, Countermord's going to reveal Chessie. They get the stun. Oh, God, what? Solo's stuck. All right, we'll deal with that later, though. Saber Slayer, oh, no, that's not going to be good. He had a Shackle Shot, now the Winter's Curse. Mag's going to be in some serious trouble. They managed to get off the mech to keep him alive. And it looks like Swindle, but the Ice Blast comes in over the top. Swindle's still alive. They need some magic damage. They finally managed to take him out. Noon keeps on going. He's going to get Z-Freak. Just two-shots him. And Chessie, he drops quite low as well. Solo might just be able to get the Poison Touch.
In 5.
Oh, get the Poison Touch. That's probably the kill.
They kill them both with Stampede, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, they get the Shallow Grave. They run down Chessie. They're going to surround him. Magic damage isn't quite enough. Oh, God. He just barely managed to survive there. Chessie looks like he may get out as well if he TPs away at the right time. Oh, look at that.
No way. What? How did they not kill him?
Wow. He gets out. The Winter Wyvern is going to commit suicide to the neutrals. That could have been so much better for Vega Squadron than it actually was.
They all went for that play where it's like, right, this guy's dead, we'll go for the next target. When all they had to do was hard commit for the Wind Ranger.
You see that play, though, from Chessie? That was really legit. Throwing the power shot.
It's a fake cross.
Yeah. See if he could just fake the TA in the wrong direction.
Actually, is Chessie going for Blink Rush?
Is he? He might be. Yeah, looks like it. Why do you think that is?
Or Shadow Blade?
No, Force Staff.
Huh.
Why Force Staff over Blink Dagger? I mean, if you're fast enough in your reactions, you should be able to blink before the animation of the Centaur.
I don't know.
And same kind of goes with the TA. Once you have a
Like-
Blink Dagger there, like, you should always be able to get off a win run.
Like the biggest reason for going force over Blink in most situations is obviously that you can create mobility for your teammates.
Uh-huh.
And I guess with the Slardar being slow on the Blink Dagger, being able to sprint and force the Slardar in to get that opening stun and then line up the Shackle for it maybe is what they're looking for.
Yeah, I guess. For me, the thing is there's no blocking mechanism. Like, if there's a Clockwork or a Tusk or something like that for me would seal the deal. Be like, okay, I understand Force Staff, but it feels like when it's just like trying to give someone else mobility, it's too situational for me. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Vega are actually trying to take down Roshan, but a good power shot actually reveals how low Roshan is. Noon's gonna try and go back in and commit to this one. Spectre ultimate comes out though. Ice Blast over the top. This could be good. A little bit off the mark, but it will clip some heroes. Sam Slayer is gonna be caught by the Witcher's Curse. They burst him down. Nice setup there. Pasha is on the side here, but he's already a bit low and he has that
What?
Oh, Shackle shot. That's a good one. Stun comes in. Swindle. They're not gonna be able to finish off Mag in time though. He's got the
Back
Shell
wall?
Grave now. The wall vacuum. Oh, he doesn't hit the wall in time. Noon, he just needs one real good hit on Swindlemelons with the Meld Strike, but it isn't enough. They caught the Wind Ranger at the very least. And now back in. On the right-hand side, Z-Freak. Nope, Solo can't quite catch him. More Splinter Blast coming out.
Just kill Roshan.
Yeah, they just need to finish him up. Oh, Vlad got caught. Pasha catches up to him, and he'll run him down.
There we go.
So in the end, Vega Squadron actually get a perfectly fine fight there. Z-Freak, his ultimate, though.
Yeah, I don't know what he was aiming for. I mean, the Shackle looked like a hack. I mean, obviously, Shackle shot is interesting in its targeting, but there's like a hero here and a hero here, and it somehow went like this. But I don't know. Vega Squadron, just too much magic burst damage. There's no real sustain out from compLexity. The Spectre, 3,400 gold. 16 minutes in with Tread's Aquila, so it's actually looking pretty good for them. Even with a lost fight like that, they've still got a good chance in this game. Just Vega Squadron, it's now their time, you know, with Aegis, Blink, TA with Desolator on top of that, the Centaur. Blink, and he's trying to get into Force Staff. Is that, yeah, completed now, actually, for him. Now is their key moment in the game for the next 5 minutes or so to stop the Spectre going from Relic to Radiance and take down these last tier 2s.
And even if he does get Radiance, you can still force the fights. He'll have the damage, but he won't have the HP. You know, if you're just able to focus him down. That Radiance is going to cause a lot of issues with Noon and his refraction when the time comes. They really need to finish this up, but he'll have enough for the Relic now. As long as he doesn't die in the process, Dagger comes out and that'll finish it up. Don't go to that secret shop, though.
The
They've got a trap.
Centaur. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Z-Freak. I really like Z-Freak as a support. I think he's usually got really good awareness. That one was pretty obvious, though. Yeah, Z-Freak.
Swindles is down the bottom lane without a TP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I guess Winter Wyvern does have TP, but if something happens, it's going to happen really quickly.
Yeah, at this point in time, I would say they just have to give up their tier 2. I think that's... There's no way they fight around these situations.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So probably the right call, just going for 2 different tier 1 tower pushes, even if they don't get them, which doesn't look like either one of them will work. As long as they don't get caught in the process. Oh god, that is not the save. That only delays the inevitable. I think he was still dead with the Fissure, but that was not the Cold Embrace, that's for sure.
Like, he has no blink, no TP. He's pretty much dead there.
Bottom tower
He's still 300 gold away from his blink. It's not...
Oh,
no, that's the Relic, isn't it? That's Relic plus 1200. That's point booster?
Point booster on Chessie is gone as well. All right, 3 minutes delayed. I mean, at least you can maybe collect your Radiance all at once. Look at the upside, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Damn.
I mean, they weren't going to fight anyway without the completed Radiance, so...
Radiant structures are fortified.
All right, time to keep pushing, though. No fighting around these tier 2s. Just give them all up and see what gold you can get in exchange. 12 to 8, 19 minutes in. Ice Blast comes in.
When does Aegis expire? 2 minutes? Minute and 50 seconds?
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes
Can
time.
Vega just end the game?
They can probably get a lane of Rax at the very least. He's going to try and quickly shot down the Winter Wyvern. And will be able to get the cold embrace, but the vacuum actually finish him off. But what a great shackle shot from Chessie. Ultimate goes out. Salmon Slayer just ensures a clear out there as Vega Squadron doing a quick retreat after that dive. They can focus on the tower now, though. Oh, jump back in. They're going to be able to catch Vlad.
Oh, he pulled back as well. There's no Winter's Curse.
Oh, my God. Now they really can fully commit to this tier 3 tower. Before they were fine in a 4 versus 5 scenario. I mean, if you get the Winter's Curse and you have the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast over the top, I think that ensures that you get at least 1 kill and
defense of your high ground, yeah.
Yeah, but now, well, okay, Slaughter's coming back up. I'm sure it's...
He's got his blink as well.
Yeah. Vega, they really shouldn't go for this. They really shouldn't, but they're going to anyway.
There's a glyph as well.
Stun. Oh, burst down Chessie. What a setup there. Swindle unable to stop that one, but he does get the vacuum wall. Swindle's just barely living there once again. And now with all these illusions, they turn it right back around on this tier 3 tower once again. In these 4 versus 5 scenarios, still no ultimate out from the Winter Wyvern as he only just now came back up.
Look at the spread now from Vega. They know that that one ultimate could stop them taking Rax here.
Swindamelons leading it with a stun, holding on to the Fissure. They jump in. Pasha, 2-man stun, actually catches Vlad. Winter's Curse goes down on the solo, but it's way too late for this engagement. Ziz, well, Noon can't really run him down, so instead he just turns onto the Raxes once again. And Vega Squadron are actually going to be able to take this lane of Rax. Ice Blast or no, that doesn't really change much to the scenario.
How do you defend up against this now? And they... Do they actually move towards mid tier 3 as well? Because they've all regened up. They're full HP, full mana, except for the Darkseer.
Just keep going.
Yeah, just push mid. Like, you don't have to transition straight to tier 3. You can just go back to creep wave and shove that in.
You've got a DD at the bottom lane. Noon has completed BKB. So yeah, I'm down. Just keep pushing. Centaur running in, caught Z-Freak.
He's dead.
There's the Radiance, but it's right after an unstoppable spree. 19-8, 21.5 minutes in. A 15,000 gold lead by 21 minutes. Not much is going to change here. There's a pipe. We're finally going to see one. Or maybe we won't because the game may end before Pasha completes it. But he's got the Hood of Defiance for now.
Do we actually have any buybacks left for the Dire? No. If they can kill... Right, Winter Wyvern, ulti off cooldown in 25 seconds. If they can kill any of
jumps in, they're going to just go straight for Chessie. Fortunately, he did get his wind run off before the vacuum. Now 2-man stun, and this is actually a good setup. Let's see if the heals are enough, and Ice Blast over the top will actually be able to kill both of those Vega Squadron members as they are going to slowly take out Noon with his DD. They needed to be able to burst down. Oh, Swindle. He's going on a solo here, but he's fighting up against a DD. Noon. Oh, no. Vlad just gets ripped apart. Chessie's dead as well. Why are you fighting into this Templar Assassin? He's a monster.
Oh, blink for 6 seconds, though.
Triple kill beyond godlike. Ziz will be able to get out, but still. I can't believe they saw this glimmer of hope where they got like, whoa, we got 2 kills.
Let's push back the hordes of Vega. Oh god. They were being sieged.
Well, is that going to be a second lane of Rax? Doesn't look like it. The buyback is enough to force the TA back.
Mag is surging towards mid. I think they're going in again. Where's Pasha? Pasha's, yeah, he's running there.
Pasha slow. He's got pipe.
Done?
Yep.
Oh yeah, damn, he does. Well.
Courier, please. It flew out there in order to give him the Hood of Defiance. And now he didn't have enough room to pick up the rest of his other parts of pipe. Oh, almost got the cliff there. It doesn't really matter, though. They'll kill Z-Freak one way or the other. And they actually smoked back out. Afraid of getting caught for that one quick kill. Pasha doesn't care so much, though.
Poor Swindle. Same net worth as the AA.
Never got his Tranquil Boots.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those. Big fan.
They are pretty nice.
Smoke is going to pop. Sioma.
Dire's top tower
I
is
mean, he
under
could still
attack.
lead with a Fisher, and they could go on Ziz.
Oh yeah, they're jumping this.
I'm surprised they didn't go a lot earlier. They're probably afraid of the turnaround there with the Winter Wyvern and potential Shackle Shot set up. I am only just now realizing that Ziz hasn't actually died.
Dire's top
It's got to be
tower
props to
has
him.
fallen.
In this game where they're getting trounced so heavily,
He's 005.
he's 005. That's actually impressive.
Yeah, his relic timing was good.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant's timing was decent. It's just the fact that he hasn't been able to really do anything with it.
Swindle's down.
11th time. Or maybe not.
He's away.
Blink ready. Out he goes. See ya, boys. They think he's in the rush bit, but he's not.
Oh,
Harsha, very clever, but not fast
Almost.
enough.
Almost had him. Ziz. Yeah. Doing the classic. Just dagger the creep wave. Because that's really your only escape. If they try and go on you. Daggering into the trees. What's Basha doing? Is he just like waiting on Roshan?
I wait for Roshmanen, and now he spawned.
Alright. Well, it's finally here at least. Oh.
Templar Assassin.
Spectral Ultimate goes out. They're not going to catch anything out of this, so.
That's a massive waste.
Yeah, that's a
Like they're
real bad.
their big combo obviously is Winter's Curse, Ice Blast, and then Wind Ranger damage.
Yep.
But it's the Radiance burn from that Spectre that allows them to chase after defending high ground.
So another Aegis, Noon. Pick this one up alongside his Manta, so he's like, okay, we're really gonna finish up this game.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant.
Get my Desolator illusions to work. What? There's no reason. There's no other reason, right? But just pushing.
No, I don't think so. There's nothing to dispel. You can dodge Shackle Shot and Crush if you're good enough. But there's nothing else. Can you dodge Ice Blast actually? You can't dodge the trail, I don't think, but you can dodge the nuke itself.
Yeah. I think you might be right on that. Maybe. Swindle. Ooh-wee. That is
Dire's structure
that's some sushi on the ground right there. That's what that is.
That's some nasty sushi, man. Don't know what you've been eating.
Dire's middle barracks.
What, you haven't eaten
Dire's middle barracks.
Fishman?
Slada sashimi.
Whoa, that's a combo right there. Chessie was able to get out, but that was a beautiful setup. Vacuum wall, Echo Slam, they still catch Chessie. And Vlad is going to be the icing on the cake for Vega Squadron. A lot of buybacks there, but that won't change a thing. They'll just keep on going for that. Nope, jump back in, hello. Get Z-Freak. Finish up this melee racks, go for top lane, and I'm sure compLexity, they know it's over, but maybe they're just talking out the game at this point.
Wait until the throne dies. You know? The rules clearly state that the game isn't over until the throne dies, even if you say GG 20 times.
Gotta defend that ancient.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh dear. Yeah, they are moving around in their
Dire's
fountain.
middle tower has fallen.
That's it. It's over.
Yeah. So Vega Squadron, do you think this is a draft? Like, this is just out execution, or do you think a draft was a big problem?
I don't think the draft was a big problem.
Chessie, you're gonna kill yourself on return before you actually kill the Centaur with Focus Fire.
I think it was execution. Like, they got good farm across the board. They got all the right items and the right heroes. Solo went for the 3 poison touch to zone out and keep the Slardar at bay. Everything was just really crisp from Vega, whereas compLexity, like from the very start, they were on the back foot. I don't know if it was the draft that forced that because of the Spectre pick at the end, that they knew they had to be defensive around him and force things to happen on other lanes to try and move the attention away from the Spectre.
Yeah.
But
For me, I just saw a lot of greed in it,
yeah,
with your 2 supports not able to do much early.
I guess the
When-
AA Midas as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's that, but there's not much you can really do, I think, with an ancient apparition at that point. Like, you just kind of have to go Midas. I think for me, it's more the problem that those heroes don't offer any ganking potential early, The Wind Ranger needs farm, the Spectre needs farm, Slardar needs something out of his lane. You had no early, like, 10 to 20 minute hero that would ensure that you just didn't get steamrolled like you did. So once Vega Squadron got a little tempo in them, it never slowed down. Welcome back to the defense. It's the very last game of the night. It is their third series and second game of that series. It's going to be Vega Squadron versus compLexity. Sorry about the long delay, everybody, but we had to wait for Danish TV as per the usual. So, last game of the night, finally here, Durka.
Oh, yeah.
compLexity, are they going to surprise us, or is this going to be another Vega Squadron victory?
After game number 1, I think Vega just outclassed them. Like, execution-wise, the draft from compLexity seemed okay. The last pick Spectre was a little bit too passive, I feel. Like, even though he still got the Relic and Radiance at a decent time, you know, not counting in that courier kill when they had everything on it. It was.
I think with the Spectre, you have to have something that's just aggressive.
Yeah, like a Quap
on.
or something, right?
Yeah, and especially with those supports. Like, I wasn't sure if those supports would be able to facilitate opportunities for the Spectre to take advantage of them, you know, once she turns level 6. We're here now into game number 2, drafts, finally. And Queen of Pain response, a Tusk Dazzle for Vega Squadron. Not terribly surprising that they pick up the Tusk. Pretty highly valued hero right now.
Oh, for sure. Dazzle as well. And I'm just wondering, every time I see a Dazzle picked up, I wonder about the AA first phase pick. It can be risky, you know? People know what's going to be happening. They know the AA is going to be like stacking, pulling, trying to zone people with Chilling Touch and stuff like that. But I just feel it's such a highly valued pick, you know? The strength of magic ones, the strength of heroes that can pick up mech relatively early, like the Tusk with his utility build, Arcane's mech that he can go for. The Ice Blast, once you get it, is just so potent. And then if you couple it up with Queen of Pain, it's that age-old combo we used to see from tons of Chinese teams back in the day. Clockwork, Quap, AA, Ember Spirit, Darkseer, AA. There are just so many synergy heroes that can actually line up with the Ice Blast and look for kills.
See, I'm sitting on the opposite end of you. I'm going, unless it's Dazzle plus, like, the Darkseer I was fine with just because it picks up mech so early. But it has to be, like,
multiple heroes that it counters out.
Yeah, for me, I just don't see it worth that 1-2 pickup. So they go for the Gyrocopter here on compLexity. The sort of exact opposite of what we saw from that last game. It's going to be hyper aggression with the Queen of Pain and Gyrocopter. Both of them come online very early.
Yeah, lots of early game alpha magic damage. Just throw it out there as quickly as you can. But Vega Squadron actually banning out the Lich, which is kind of interesting, to be honest. Because there's nothing here that indicates, you know, a Lich dual lane or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, I guess Gyrocopter is relatively sufficient, so you can just couple him with one support.
Yeah.
I do like the Cling Span Away, though. His directed physical damage is really dangerous against Gyrocopter. Any of those agilities, squishier here, like Gyrocopter, Luna, they're actually really susceptible to physical damage, despite being agility heroes that usually build into, like, they can build into Butterfly relatively early. The problem is that they're so dependent on their BKB timing in order to create, you know, a certain amount of survivability for their ultimates to do work. And the problem is you're just so susceptible to that physical damage, especially with how cheap Desolator is. Ancient Apparition is going to be banned away by Vega Squadron. Not real surprising about that one. Kind of expecting it to be a very valuable 3-4 pickup. Vega Squadron, though, a Mag Broodmother. I played with this one last night.
Oh, really?
It won us the game. Actually, we won the game no matter what. No matter what Mag was playing. It was a pretty big stomp. But Mag is a Broodmother spammer. He's really good at it, too. And that's why you'll see Vega Squadron sometimes 1-2 the Broodmother, other times 3-4. It rarely goes to a 5th pick against them. Most teams are going to ban that out.
Oh yeah, long gone are the days where, you know, we talk about the Broodmother stat where 5th pick Brood was like 65% win rate and anything before that was sub 50. Nowadays, it's difficult to actually fully counter the hero without putting yourself at some kind of deficit. You know, without Darkseer in the pool, you have to go for like a Bristleback or something like that. It just gets difficult.
I feel like Winter Wyvern and Spirit Breaker are really good 3-4s against the Broodmother. Spirit Breaker provides you the ganking prowess against Broodmother, and then the Winter Wyvern gives you actually a support that deals with the Broodmother pushes really well. Splinter Blast is probably one of the best abilities at dealing with.
And then being able to fly away, so you're not like an AA, a Rubik, a Witch Doctor, anything like that. They don't have an escape mechanism, whereas the Winter Wyvern just flies over the trees and is fine. But Pasha Ember,
A bit of aggression now.
Wind Ranger last pick for Noon, I guess. I could see it being banned out by complexity though. What have we got left actually towards the mid? No Quap, no SF.
There's
TA is still there.
Templar Assassin, but it's Radiant side. I mean, it's been picked up again before in Radiant side.
That's actually a difficult situation then. Complexity could ban either or. But then I'd leave one of them in there.
Reserve time.
I think I'd be more worried about the Wind Ranger here.
Just the lockdown against Queen and Gyro. Yeah, I could see that.
And then the fact that between Snowball, Grave, Shadow Wave, it's going to be difficult to kill her with physical right clicks. It's going to come down to Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave, and a good charge. She also dodges the Spirit Breaker gank pretty well. You know, you charge in, she wind runs, and it's hard to finish her off.
Yeah. And there's also, I mean, I think the focus fire damage is enough to threaten, like, Gyrocopter. Obviously, the Queen of Pain is locked down. She's kind of screwed, but focus fire on Gyro is pretty good. Axe against the Broodmother, so they're going to run something aggro here and try and leave Axe against the Brood. So Gyrocopter, Spirit Breaker. I mean, I still kind of like your Winter Wyvern just because you have, like, there's a magic. It's not amazing versus Ember Spirit. It's rare to get a really good Winter's Curse on him, but who knows? But the Splinter Blast is good against Broodmother. The Cold Embrace is good against Broodmother. It's good against Dazzle, the minus armor there. The Poison Touch. It's good against Tusk, which is, you know, his damage is pretty easy to see. Like, he snowballs into somebody.
Oh, are they looking at the mid-Ember then?
Could be mid-Ember, and then, yeah, I think so, because then you have to pick up a better carry against a tri-lane, or you just dodge constantly. But I'm not sure if that's something that's really viable.
5 seconds remaining.
What would be a better carry to deal with some sort of aggro? You could actually still pick up Wind Ranger and put her in, like, defensive tri-lane. See, there's Wraith King to deal with the burst damage. There's a little bit of kiting, though, from Gyrocopter, Spirit Breaker, Queen of Pain. That's too dangerous.
Jugger?
Jugger.
But then you're so melee heavy, it's...
Yeah, and there's a lot of control. I was trying to think of what range heroes were left, but every single time I'm in this scenario, all I can think of is Dusa. Dusa. Like, and that's obviously not a hero.
Unless you look at like mid-game carries, like Wind Ranger Viper.
Yeah,
sorry, Razor Viper I was thinking, but Wind Ranger, yeah.
Do you think they actually do the tri-lane that we're talking about here, or do you think they're...
I think they just put Ember safe.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Pasha plays Wind Ranger. I know Noon plays both of them, Ember and Wind Ranger.
Yep.
But I can't think of a time that Pasha's picked up.
And Wind Ranger, I mean, you would still have an Ember Spirit versus Queen of Pain.
10 seconds
exactly.
And that's not great. So I think you're right.
And then between Snowball and Dazzle, you know, Wave and Grave, should be able to keep Ember alive.
Yeah. All right, last pick for complexity here. I feel like complexity did pretty well in the draft so far. But what's the one that rounds things out? Support Winter Wyvern comes to mind. I'm really pushing for that hero.
I honestly think they picked something like a Bane. Oh no, it goes with Winter Wyvern.
I mean, you got Focus Fire now. There's just so many incentives for Cold Embrace as well as a good controlling hero. So Noon is going to be playing the Wind Ranger mid, and we'll have a Pasha Ember Spirit safe lane on our hands. So the question is,
how does Brood do in lane?
Well, one, how does the Brood do in lane? And 2, are Vega Squadron going to try and dodge? Do they care all that much? I mean, Broodmother can still beat Axe in lane. It's not that big of a deal. You can throw the Broodlings into the jungle. You can go for that build that we've seen before where...
0-2-2.
Yeah, 0-2-2 and
Then go back into it.
just try for the kill on the Axe once you have your level 6 Insatiable Hunger. That's really easily countered, though, by Axes. They just buy a TP scroll. But if you rotate one hero, like the Tusk, into that lane, you just have one stun, it's pretty much impossible to stop for the Axe.
So
Just nom 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 nom.
Oh, Mag has this really ugly brood set.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
Pustules.
Pretty scary. I mean,
Red crap all over.
somebody was just like, how could we make Broodmother scarier?
Exactly. How can we make arachnophobes even more afraid of the freaking spider? Let's give it the bubonic plague, shall we?
Yeah, that's gross. Gross stuff. Throw down some what faces, because that is not.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah,
It's
that's
actually a
not
gift.
kosher.
The set is a gift from someone. DRDDRDD. Dedication F.
Oh, Pasha.
Dead.
You are going to be run down, my friend. A little bit of heal. Maybe he can get himself through to the
Oh, is that enough?
trees. Yeah, he's good.
That's enough. Oh, wow.
And now they know what's coming on. Solo's going to block them out, though. Oh, good work.
The battle
Charge? Oh, maybe not so good work. The bounding rune. Oh, he picks it up in time. Now he's going to be in some trouble, though. Are they going to commit there? No. Queen of Pain's like, nope, I'm not helping you guys with that one. That's not on me. I got to go to my lane. As they don't have the advantage. The Axe was the one who picked up the other bounding rune. So both mids are going to be sitting at the 0 mark. How often do you see that happen?
Very rarely. Very, very rarely. So Quelling Blade for Mag up at top. No sentries.
Oh, he actually did go the Soul Ring build. I don't believe you go the Soul Ring build if you plan to go 0-2-2 or 1-2-2.
We'll see. I mean, it could be the fact that he uses... He goes for the spawn spiderling build, but instead of using it to spawn spiderlings, he uses it as the nuke.
Yeah,
Like we used to see against AM back in the day.
that's true.
Not sure, though. He definitely wants to outfarm the Axe, though, with the Quelling. How's bottom lane doing? There's already a charge coming through. Arctic burns up, and this could be a dead Dazzle, actually, with no grave. Oh, look at Shackles!
Yeah, Pasha's really been on point with that so far. Last time he stopped his death earlier with the same sort of situation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know why I call them Shackles.
I mean, searing chains. It's... Yeah, I don't know. If you chain somebody up, you probably say you're shackling them. Trying to interrupt the pull as much as they can. It looks like Solo is going to be able to get it off for the most part. And they're actually going to force Vlad. Oh, never mind. Vlad's stuck. This is a kill. This is probably going to be first blood here. Solo is going to be able to right-click him down eventually. It's actually Sioma who picks up the kill. And Ziz is a bit too late to really stop anything there. So great pick off. Vlad off. I mean, he's just completely out of position without Arctic Burn. Z-Freak?
Is this lane viable anymore? Like, with that one death, like, so often we see with aggressive tri-lanes, if you can't stack and pull, get your supports levels, and if you get behind, you know,
Radiant's
2 or
top
3 kills
tower
or
is
so
under attack.
against your opponents, then the tri-lane has to switch back to the safe lane. But in this situation here, where you have Spirit Breaker, Winter Wyvern, and Gyro, your aggression comes from the Spirit Breaker charge, the Gyro damage output from Rocket Barrage. But the fact that Dazzle is now level 2 and can Grave, and the Tusk is able to freely roam from bot to mid.
I don't think you have much choice in the meta, though. You've already committed the Axe versus Broodmother matchup. Like, maybe a little bit further on once the Broodmother, like, once this matchup becomes a little bit tougher for the Axe, then maybe you rotate it out. But for now, I think the Broodmother already has, like, the advantage over you if you rotate your tri-lane back to that lane, you know?
Yeah.
Just levels-wise, he's... Mag, they do have the charge onto him. Swindle's probably going to go and try and get the call as soon as they get the combination here. No, we missed the call! That was a kill. I mean, it's still possible it is a kill. Swindle's going to be able to run him down underneath. Another spin. He gets it in the end. There's the kill. Bottom lane, meanwhile,
that aggro trial's over. Fully over.
I mean, as soon as the Spirit Breaker leaves, they managed to go in at the bottom lane and kill the gyrocopter.
There's stick on Ember, stick on Tusk. There's 2 points in the wave out from the Dazzle. They're actually TPing the gyro back down here again. That's risky stuff.
Noon. He's quite low. Another Shadow Strike will come in soon. So Noon's got to wait it out and pop a health potion.
Oh, God. Well, there goes his HP. His bottle comes in, though, again, so he's fine. But he doesn't get any runes. Good control out from compLexity, taking both runes. And Mag just holding out up at top lane. And this is the thing, the Brood doesn't need to force anything. You can get your levels up to level 5, then you've got the 3 Inspired Lings, you farm the enemy jungle, you start choking out the Axe a bit. Charge mid.
Yeah, Snowball is going to be able to buy some time, and Z-Freak, especially with the tower targeting him. Power Shell looks like it missed, actually, and Z-Freak is still probably going to die here to solo as he's run down, eventually able to get the kill. Chessie will probably get the turnaround kill now on the solo.
He's got no mana for Scream, though.
He's going to turn things around, block him out with the Ice Shards, doesn't get it, and that right click still would have finished him off anyway.
I'm sure with 3 stick charges you can survive Snowball and then maybe Wind Ranger comes in.
Yeah, maybe. Charge out into the bottom lane now, Pasha being the target. They need him to pop out a little bit more. That Splinter Blast isn't going to land. Pasha, though, is completely out of Flame Guard, and he's probably just going to die to this charge.
The chains.
Yeah, he has to get it out perfectly.
3, 2, 1.
Chains, and stops it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, if Ziz had played that a little bit more aggressively and managed to cut off the Ember Spirit, maybe they could have gotten that kill now.
For this
oh,
one.
Jesus, that block off is huge. Now Pasha, they pop the Mango, bring him inside of the Snowball, will be able to get the kill on a Ziz, and they're going to go for Z-Freak as well. He goes for the TP out, no Snowball, nothing but there's damage.
What?
Nothing but damage is Aoma. He gets the level 2 Shadow Wave on 3 units to pop that Spirit Breaker. Chessie's coming in, trying to upset what has been the established dominance of Vega Squadron so far.
Vlad gonna get right-clicked down by the Dazzle.
It looks like it. This time around, there's no big poison level, but a Snowball's going to be able to catch up to him solo, though. Doesn't have enough mana. And now he's going to be paying for his greed unless he manages to get a magic wand and go for the Ice Shards play. Blocked out, blocked out. Still going for a charge. Shellgrave actually managed to keep him alive. The Shackle Shot is there, latching in Z-Freak, but they already took out 2 with that big Sonic Wave. It looks like finally the Tusk is down, and Noon, he's left all by himself against 4 heroes. Only really have a dent in him.
Clowny stuff, honestly. Good stick charges in the Winter Wyvern, though. Keeps him alive, baits in the aggression. But both Solo and Sioma, they wanted to go in deep for that. They wanted to find that 1 extra kill. The respawn timers on compLexity, though, pretty damn low. And Chessie, once again, is like this linchpin hero, the linchpin player that's moving from mid lane to bot lane constantly, right? Saw it in the previous game where with the Wind Ranger, just looking for that little nudge, you know, to push his teammates towards that advantage in the lane, and maybe that gives it to them. This aggressive trialing hasn't worked out for them at all, but with Gyro now actually second in place in last hit, second net worth, Axe is up at the top, you know, 3,500, but that's kind of expected, and with his Vanguard now, it's going to be very difficult for the Brood to actually kill him off, so Swindles playing this lane pretty nicely.
This is why some brood mothers go for that build. He's just fed so much extra money to Swindle. And Swindle, with this kind of build, like if you're able to get this kind of start against a brood mother, and you're able to pick up the Vanguard so early on, you become impossible to kill. You establish your lane dominance even further, and you still get a Blink Dagger probably about 15, 16 minutes. Like, he's got the Vanguard by, you know, what was that, 6 minutes?
Even faster. Like, with this, you can farm lanes with impunity. You can really efficiently farm the jungle as well. Just, it means you can go from camp to camp without really worrying too much about building up big stacks for yourself and bursting through it.
Charge is coming out in the top lane. Mag is potentially going to be picked off. He has to keep his distance away from Swindle. Z-Freak will cancel his charge. But he still has to be careful because Z-Freak can still stick in this area behind the tower and go for the charge in from the side.
And now it's Gyro 1v1 against the Ember.
They know Z-Freak is here. So they're going to find him now. He does have a charge. If they use it at the right time or maybe just burst him down, the charge on through. They needed the nuke, but the power shot is on point. Noon. What a sniper.
What a player.
6-5, 7.5 minutes in. The early lead by compLexity. May get eaten up depending on how these rotations work for the Wind Ranger. Ooh, a DD for the Queen of Pain. There's already such an advantage for this Queen of Pain when it comes to like just ganking power. Actually gonna go for Pasha here. TP out. No Winter's Curse, so the TP is successful.
And that's 4 heroes committed down to that kill on bottom lane. Doesn't really open anything up too much though for Vega, because they're all moving down here with the smoke they've got.
They know they could probably catch Vlad and get a quick kill here. They get the urn onto him, a little bit more damage. He will end up falling. Shackle Shot goes out, doesn't latch anything, but it doesn't really matter. The rest of his team has left him for dead. As Chessie's gone up to the top lane to help take that tier 1 tower. Not really necessary though. I mean, Swindle would have taken it eventually.
Pre-10-minute blink for him as well. Blink Vanguard.
Jesus, that is so fast. Did he get the last hit on the tower?
Yep.
Yeah, he did. I was about to say, you kind of have to, right, to get that fast of a Vanguard blink? It's absurd.
Z-Freak still sitting at level 4. That's something we've got to watch out for as well, as the dire supports, when you're pressured into this aggressive trialing situation and you can't stack and pull and build things up for yourself that way, you are heavily reliant on kills.
Oh, yeah.
Winter Wyvern.
They really haven't gotten them so much, so that means both their supports are a full level and a half behind the Radiant side supports. Still, though, I mean, this Axe is about to be
10.
level...
Is
yeah,
that what?
He's going to have level 2 very shortly. Level 2 Culling Blade. So that means we're up to, what, 325 kill threshold.
Dazzle from half HP.
Yeah. They're going to go on his Ziz here, trying to burst him down, but he got off a good ultimate, and Solo's kind of stuck in middle no man's land. He's going to lose his man fight up against Ziz. Trying to challenge the Gyrocopter once he has his ultimate. It doesn't sound like a good plan to me, and they may still have an open charge here.
Still can't believe it. It's legitimately the Dazzle from half HP. You can just Culling Blade him down.
They're going to force Pasha to jump in.
Oh,
Missing the call. Swindle off the mark there. He's still going to try and run him down, but that's just not possible.
Blink debut not quite working out, but really good foresight there from Swindle. Close.
Yeah, force
close.
out the jump back into the Remnant and trying to catch him from there. But he had to be jumped onto that Remnant like immediately.
Yabashu, Yabashu.
All right, Mag. It's going to be charged here. Presumably TP soon? From somebody? But that could be countered. Oh, Z-Freak actually cancels his. Noon comes across, sees Z-Freak. Nothing he can really do about it. They're going to go for this tower.
Swindle's a smoke from Radiant Jungle up to top tier 1 as well. And Ziz is still smoked on top of this.
Yeah, so they can actually get here a lot faster than maybe Vega are anticipating. Tier 1 tower does go down, and look how back. Like, Vega Squadron just use Spiderlings alone to be able to kill that tower. And why are you going only level 2 on Mag? I would love to hear this explanation.
I have no idea.
Like, why would you go spawn Spiderlings in the beginning? It's normally the opposite. When we see Broodmothers against Axe, they go levels in Incapacitating Bite, and then go the spawn Spiderlings later.
Because he went for the 1-2-0 build, and then 2-3-0, and Incapacitating Bite was quite recent. I'm not sure. And now he's gone back for the medallion, so no orchid build for him, even against the Queen of Pain, which is also kind of interesting as well. I'm not too sure. Oh, maybe the catch of light down a bot. The invis rune picked up by Chessie, but Winter Wyvern. A little bit of trouble here.
TP away by Solo, knows that he can't stick around for that Winter Wyvern kill. Too much danger with that Queen of Pain ready to pop out at any point in time.
You're actually given a decent amount of room to the Wyvern and the Spirit Breaker now. Z-Freak's about to hit level 6 with one creep dying.
Wait, is this Midas or is this?
I think it's Midas.
Maelstrom?
I hope it's Midas. Like,
Yeah,
with
because
the way this game's going.
no one goes Maelstrom anymore on Windrage,
No.
unless you've got like an Alchemist for Yags.
No, I feel it's Midas. I don't think Maelstrom I don't think it does enough, honestly.
The magic damage is really good against heroes that have high amount of armor, and that's exactly what Axe is. You could argue kind of the same about the Gyrocopter, though he's obviously going to have his BKB a bit later.
I think with the Broodmother taking farm from one lane, like constantly, sort of choking that part of the map, that's a third of your, well, okay, maybe a quarter of your actual gold income that's not possible anymore. Jungle's going to be taken a lot by the Ember Spirit. So I think Midas just gives that guaranteed gold income for the Wind Ranger, which she really needs.
Mm-hmm.
Levels as well, you know. She's a little bit behind. Behind the Axe anyway. Or is the Axe is ahead. She needs to catch up. Ember Spirit's loud.
Oh, gee, yeah, he really is. What in the world was that?
He's jumping the hell away from someone.
I'm waiting for Mag to either get caught or make some sort of escape. It's kind of Iron Z-Freak right now. Obviously, he can't go onto him.
He keeps cutting creep wave, then back into the jungle.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to die. I've drawn a couple of heroes up here, though.
Chessie runs into Pasha, still has the Flame Guard. Gotta be careful not to drop too low, though. The pure damage of Sonic Wave can cut through that Flame Guard.
Oh, they know where Mag is. I'm sure they can catch him, though.
Yeah, they don't have Dust on Swindle. They did, I bet he would just throw out a blind one there and see what he could grab.
Radiant's top tower is
So it
under
is going to
attack.
be the Mjolnir.
Oh.
Or sorry, Maelstrom. I doubt we see a completed Mjolnir, obviously.
So Maelstrom into Ags?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's really interesting.
Chains. Oh my god, the committal here. Snowball, they get the Walrus Punch. They will be able to finish him off. No, Chessie actually makes a blink away. Gets a Sonic Wave on it too. Now Posh is dead as well. Oh, the overextensions, man. It just keeps on happening here from the lane with Pasha. Keep trying to fight it out and get caught.
Queen of Pain with the stick charges.
That was a beautiful blink by Chessie, by the way, too. You know, like the short blink back, turn around, get the really good Sonic Wave.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a smart play by him.
Oh, Axe cleans up, what, 300 golden spiderlings or something? He's up to 1,800 again. This guy. What's his net worth at? Close to 8K.
Yeah, he'll have 10K by 17, 18 minutes.
So, Maelstrom or Wind Ranger, you know, I said I preferred the Midas, but it's good to talk about the merits of the Maelstrom as well.
Oh, Z-Freak is here, and he needs to be here. The Snowball, oh god, they're going to commit to the kill once again on Ziz and get caught by that ultimate. Everyone slowed down. Solo makes his escape. They're actually going to be able to get the kill on Ziz still. Or will they? The chains, not quite enough taking him out. The magic wand keeping him alive. Walrus Punch, and he gets the kill. Now the charge, not onto Solo, but onto Pasha instead. And he's got chains to be able to defend himself, but here comes Chessie. He's hiding himself in the trees.
Remnant.
Remnant. Oh, dodges it only to the side here. Oh, the shallow grave! Sioma! Oh, he screwed the pooch on that one. He could have made a beautiful play, but he fudged it. And now Z-Freak, he's committing to this kill. They do manage to have a cold embrace to keep him alive, too. This just goes from bad to worse, but what happened at top lane? Looks like our Axe died to Mag. I mean, that's That's the silver lining there for Vega Squadron. They just killed the highest net worth hero on compLexity. And they get the middle tower.
I have to check the combat log for that one.
Looks like he just didn't have a... Oh, he went for Chessie. That was a dangerous one, and it's because he knows he's got solo for the extra kill. So he tried to see if he could pick off Chessie. Oh, God, Ziz! He comes right in, gets shackle shotted up, walrus punch down, double kill for Noon. All of a sudden, things have turned real bad for compLexity. They were really far ahead.
Yeah, it was the Wind Ranger and the Broodmother that killed off the axe up at top.
Oh,
so it was like shackle shot into death, spawn spiralings and stuff like that. But yeah, the merits of Maelstrom, it allows you to farm faster. It does give you the magic damage through the cold embrace. I just thought that with the way the game's going and the fact you need to give Pasha a lot of room to actually farm himself, that's maybe a minus would have been a little bit better, but the Maelstrom's definitely giving them the room they need with aggression rather than passiveness. It's been great for them so far. I mean, you look at Noon. He's gone from having Maelstrom to now having 2,300 gold. He's going to go into the Staff of Wizardry. Could be 4 staff, could be building up into the Aghanim Scepter. He'll buy the point booster up in the courier now.
Oh, Pasha. He's probably going to be in some serious trouble. The Orchid isn't going to fade in time, though. Oh, man, that charge completed at the exact same time as the silence fade, so he had no opportunity to be able to jump himself out. The 3-man smoke on up to top lane. Looks like they're going to try and catch Swindle again, or maybe circle around middle lane, but this isn't going to be good. This is where Swindle has actually just shown up. This could be real bad real quick. The cold embrace, oh, the shackle shot. Swindle may be in some trouble as the Maelstrom doing its work. Just slows him down a tad. Solo's still going to die here. As he's slowed down underneath that one, the charge will complete. Question is everyone else still going to escape? Shackle shot, they're actually going to go on to Swindle here with those Spiderlings. This is going to spin a lot, but it doesn't matter. They get the kill. Max pushback. He still has his lifesteal going. No, no way. God! He gets the lightning procs perfectly! He takes out Chessie even underneath the cold embrace. Vlad could do nothing to stop that one. Now the boots of travel. Vlad is going to go down as well. It could even be Z-Freak if he actually holds himself here. The Winter's Curse, never mind. Mag, he's going to be the one who dies instead. Pasha committing for the kill now into Z-Freak. Gets the chains, TP out, and commits the extra bit of burst damage. Ziz up next. He'll get out though. 4 down. Big win for Pasha. And a pretty big win for the Wind Ranger as well. Look at how close he is to the Aghanim Scepter already.
He's jumped from like 3rd in net worth to top. I don't know, man. I've got to take back what I said about the Maelstrom fully. That has definitely worked out for them. They've played it perfectly for the past 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, compLexity, you've got a feel for them. They were riding the hype for quite some time.
All right. We're going to go back to No One. The Vega Squadron guy just said that everyone in the team calls him No One now.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going back to that. Screw that. No One sounds way better. Thanks, Vega Squadron guy. No One just sounds better. Noon. Ugh.
And the biggest factor is that he separates the second O.
Yeah, I was like, when that Reddit post, I was like, yeah, but you know... But I ain't going to argue with that. All right, Pasha, I don't think you're saving Solo. Just leave him be, man. He's done for. You really got to get out because now Chess is going to catch you with that Orchid. They get the slowdown. Shellgrave, Stioma just doing anything to keep this Ember Spirit alive desperately as he throws in another one. Sonic Wave not going to catch. The charge can come. No, never mind. He's got chains again.
Yeah.
Every single time, Z-Freak.
As well.
All right, heavy committal, but they only get the 2 supports. Mag's pushing out that top lane pretty quickly, and looks like the Wind Ranger's just going to push out mid. No one doesn't really want to try and stall this bottom lane push up. No need to at this point.
20-minute Ags Maelstrom, man. What a beast. Absolute beast. Chessie's going in towards mid. He's actually blinking aggressively here.
Orchid, he's got a TP, but he has to wait until the charge is complete out from Z-Freak and then hope for some luck, or maybe get aggressive. Chessie, can't get the chains in time. They will be able to stall up Z-Freak. He has a charge in 2 seconds. TP away. Okay, that'll be good enough.
Where did No One go?
Yeah, he ran left, and then Pasha ran up. They committed for Chessie there, and if they got the chains, it would have been great. But Pasha was just a half-second too late.
Panic stations for compLexity right now. Swindles. What's he got? Blade Mail after the Vanguard and Blink Dagger. But the amount of pressure that they applied onto Mag in the early stages, where's that gone now? Because he's been farming his balls off.
Oh, okay, nice snowball save. That might be able to get Nuna. Never mind. No escape. No escape with compLexity running 4 heroes in that middle lane. They are loving grouping up like this, and it is catching Vega Squadron off guard.
And Mag with the Sanj medallion into BKB as well. It's been kind of cool watching all these funky little builds come out of the Broodmothers recently, after all the CIS players got trained by that Broodmother savant. The guy who lives in the Hermitage and the top of the Himalayas, just playing Broodmother every single game, training all the Russians. But like watching the progression of the item builds, we always used to see the same old thing. Midas into Necrobook, Midas into Dagon, Midas into this. Maybe an Orchid hero there. Obviously the Sol Ring would come out first. But now we're seeing like Sol Ring into Orchid into Phase Boots into S and Y, Phase Boots into BKB.
Oh, Spiderlings. Soak up all the gold, Swindle. Nothing feels great, especially as a support. Especially as a support. If you have one of those supports like Winter Wyvern that can get a whole bunch of Spiderling kills, it's just like, oh, so good. Swindle. He's going to be caught out here. There is no escape from this one, especially with the Shackle Shot, waiting out the Blade Mail a little bit, and now completes the damage. Jump in. Whoa, middle lane. Looks like Solo's going to be caught here. The Orchid will finish him off soon, or maybe the Shallow Grave, then a Snowball, delaying perhaps the inevitable. Or is this going to be a full escape? He's still got the Walrus Punch. Can't get it off, though. The chain's out. Pasha has to run away from that homing missile farther up, though. They've lost the Dazzle. No one. He wants to be able to go on Ziz. He got the Shackle Shot with Mag taking out Vlad. They're going to go on his Ziz and be able to take him out as well. They go down. Z-Freak falls, and Chessie, he's up next. If he doesn't blink himself away, TP up. Chains, not in time. Pasha, half a second too late once again, but it doesn't matter. Vega Squadron taking yet another team fight into their hands.
Holy crap. compLexity, things look so good for them when they set up for a team fight, and then Vega just reacts so quickly. Come in from the sides of that Wind Ranger at the very end to get the Shackle Shot perfectly onto the Gyrocopter. And without a BKB, this Gyro can't really come into these fights too well. He's got his S&Y, he's tanking up, he's got the stats, it's by all means a good build, but he needs that BKB ASAP. And the bashes onto Swindles.
Roshan.
What are you up to, man?
Swindle just wanted to get the rune, but Roshan with the bashes says no. No. Soon to be a BKB for no one. That means he doesn't even have to care about the blade mail of the axe.
Soon to be a Battle Fury for Pasha. It's a little bit slow, safe lane Ember Spirit, but he was tri-laned into and killed off a fair amount of times as he freak charges down into the Radiant
you
jungle.
don't want to be over there. You
Definitely
do not want to be there. He's almost got Glimmer Cape, though.
But here's a situation where Axe wants to be jumping around looking for kills, right? He wants to be the initiator for the rest of his team.
Yeah.
To get the Blink Call onto the Wind Ranger or the Ember, then follow through with the coL the Winter's Curse Sonic Wave. Who deals with the Broodmother? Is it just Winter Wyvern? Because then you're missing another vital component of your team fight. There's no Winter's Curse. If you have one hero committed to dealing with Brood up at top, then you're missing out on a massive team fight ultimate, regardless of who it is. But if you don't deal with the Broodmother, you lose tier 2, you lose your jungle, you lose everything.
Yeah, I think you have to go for this split up. I think you have to put the Winter Wyvern at the top lane and just like hope to be able to gank the Broodmother at the right times. Also, going for wards and counter wards aggressively into the into your own jungle, I think is a great way when you have a Spirit Breaker specifically. It doesn't really work in other scenarios, but if you have the Spirit Breaker specifically, I think it does work out against the Broodmother decently well.
All right, just a capture. And she's not expecting it.
Dire's top tower is under
compLexity.
No one? Are you going to get picked off by this smoke? Doesn't look like it.
With the 4 hero, or with the 3 heroes behind him, I don't think so. Maybe
Pasha.
now.
Oh, God. They know what's happening. They get the Winter's Curse onto Sioma, but he still is going to be able to get off the Shallow Grave unless they Orchid him. Still, that is a heavy amount of commitment here for compLexity. It looks like they're still going to fight this one out. Chessie blinking forward, but now he's going to turn on to Vlad instead. No one trying to finish him off, but they've already lost their Ember Spirit. And nasty white, good shackle shot though. They're going to go for Ziz. Still though, the Sonic Wave managed to take out the Wind Ranger. Back over to Solo now is just trying to survive, but Swindle finally gets a chop onto him. Mag almost getting caught there as the force staff forward. He will actually kind of be caught. Oh, Swindle turned around and tried to go for the call, but missed it ever so slightly, and that could have been a wipe there. Still, though, only Mag alive. Great fight, despite the heavy amount of commitment there for the Dazzle. What do you think really went wrong? Besides that, I feel like I want to see the replay because that was Winter's Curse and Orchid used for the Dazzle.
The Broodmother doesn't offer you too much in the team fight. TP'd in instead of committing for the tier 2 at top, so there was no trade-off and no forcing of compLexity to sort of, readjust and maybe consider different options. But then the fact that Ember doesn't have Battle Fury, he doesn't have anything to fight with. The Wind Ranger, if she gets caught out, she could drop to half HP at the start of the fight, and the Sonic Wave to really finish her off as well. There just wasn't that sustain, and that's what has really been keeping Vega in this, is the Dazzle. So I think it's great just to commit fully onto the Dazzle. The mech from Tusk is good, but without the Grave onto the Wind Ranger, how many times have we seen Wind Ranger get the Shackle onto 2, survive on 1 HP with the Grave, and then get the mech and the stick charges and the Shadow Wave to actually bring her back up to fighting form afterwards.
Right. Without
that Grave, without the bonus armor or the minus armor even, it's tough for Vega to fight into this, because there are big old ultimates. I mean, Swindle's getting the call onto Ember Spirit as well definitely helps out.
Yeah, the Ember Spirit just got blown up so quickly. I didn't even have an opportunity. I had to look up to the top of the screen to see who died because he died so damn quickly in that mess of a team fight. But yeah, I think you're right about the Battle Fury. If they had that kind of damage coupled with the weave, yeah, it's really dangerous for I think in this lineup the weave is more essential than it normally is. Right? The weave is definitely one of the big powerhouse abilities of the Dazzle, and can be amazing.
Especially against Spirit Breaker, Axe, and even Gyro now. 17 armor up for him.
Yeah.
Deso Brood.
Okay, that's one way to deal with armor, I guess. It also increases your split pushing power when the time comes. Looks like Roshan is going to be contested here. Swindle already threw out coL, so Vega may feel a bit more comfortable contesting, knowing that's on cooldown for a little bit. Oh, God, Chessie actually got pushed up. Ziz, he's going to be stuck here. They get the cold embrace. The Winter Wyvern, Winter's Curse actually caught no one, but it doesn't seem to matter. He's now called up by Swindle. It's a Sonic Wave and a chop. Not quite enough, but they still get the kill in the end. Chessie barely managed to get an escape there, but Swindle, with all that minus armor, he's going to be run down a little bit more damage. They get it. Oh, the sleight of fist finishes them off. Z-Freak, punch up. No, doesn't have the cooldown for it just yet. 2 for 2. But if they can take Roshan, that's a huge win. They know what's happening, though. They have a charge onto Pasha. Vlad's going to be the target here. Solo managed to lock him in.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, the charge completes, but Z-Freak's put up on the cliff. They charged that one perfectly, but the Orchid's there on Pasha. He's going to die to Splinter Blast. They managed to get Chessie in the meantime, though. And Vlad's going to be taken out. Buyback from Chessie. He's going to be coming back in soon.
He can't TP, though.
Oh, no, he's going to take a while now. The charge coming out onto Solo. Snowball is there. Immediately stuns up Z-Freak. It looks like, oh, Mag's actually going to go back for this one. He has so much minus armor with that Desolator, he can actually take Roshan by himself if he's fast enough. But if he's not, he's going to have his item taken away from him. Soul Ring on the deck, trying to go for the Aegis, trying to pick it up. Desolator, Roshan's going to be dying, and the Aegis is picked up. Mag managed to get it. Now he's going to fight up against Z-Freak. Selma's coming in, gets a little bit of heal slowdown on a Z-Freak. Snowball coming right on through. Ordered that one to go. As Z-Freak's going to be taken out by Mag. Second life, round 2. As Solo, he's going to be falling as well, but it's only him, as no one has to deal with this mid lane push. Mag is going to be able to get some escape here. The homing missile comes out onto him, but they don't have the lockdown or the vision to be able to catch Mag out, so he will be able to survive. If they hadn't got that Aegis, though, and that was given to someone on the side of on compLexity, it's less the fact that he picks up the Aegis and more the fact that he denies it.
Yeah. Oh man, well, Pasha desperately scrambling to get up to the tier 2 top. Glyph is popped though. Battle Fury is still, how much? 200 away? Something like that? Yeah, still Quelling Blade away. 31 minutes in, not great.
Oh, I always forget about the Quelling Blade. Yeah, his timing was really close to being good. like, given the game,
Like
right?
25, 26 minutes was what he was kind of aiming for, then dying a couple of times in a row.
Yeah, especially when you go the boots of travel builds. Like, I feel that stalls up the Battle Fury a bit more.
The battle brood has begun. Mag, Solar Crest, Desolator. Still looking at the sand and wondering what it's there for. Like, obviously, it tanks him up a nice amount. But is he going to S and Y? Halberd? There's no BKB on Ziz, you know. He went for Monkey.
I mean, he could be going Mass Evasion, but that's already been countered out by Ziz. He's got an MKB. So the incapacitating bite plus evasion, it's not going to work out for Mag against that gyrocopter. But if it's just the gyrocopter, it may still be fine because Mag might be able to out lifesteal. Because he's healing up for 200 damage a hit. Right? So gyrocopter, you know, say he hits for like 250, 270, depending on MKB procs and such. That's not bad.
The battle for the tier 1 at bot.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 200. That's 320. Forgot the extra damage of Insatiable Hunger.
Oh, yeah, of course. Plus
Tier 1
Desolator.
tower. Mag would love to get that Desolator proc onto that Tier 1, but I think it's a bit too dangerous for him.
Chessie's hiding this DD. I'm not sure if it got scouted by Power Shot or if the Sigil will see it, but he's trying his hardest to keep that DD.
Think that DD is really going to be essential, though?
Clicking down the Ember.
Dire's
Yeah, I guess
bottom
so.
tower is under
Oh, if you get the
attack.
blink call onto Ember, Sonic Wave, and what, 3 hits or something?
Yeah.
'Cause Ember's sitting at 1200 HP.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Their middle lane is being pushed out while they're going for a Tier 1 tower, though.
Yeah, that tier 4s are dying.
They're losing Tier 4s at this rate. They've already lost Effigy.
And at this point, compLexity don't have to push out past the tier 1. They wait for Vega to come in and try and take
Radiant's
it.
top tower is under attack.
There's really no reason. Like, the defensive weave here from the Dazzle, that's really indicative of them just wanting to go straight for this.
Yes, they should.
Shackle!
Oh, what a shackle shot manages to get Swindle as well as Chessie. They're locking down Ziz, but a good Winter's Curse interrupting a lot of this. Now the call onto no one. They turn around, get off the ultimate Ziz. They need to take him down, and they finally do so successfully. No one. His BKB is now down. Charge on through, and the gyrocopter, without him, so much of their damage is lost. That means Vega Squadron starts drumming in. They're going to be able to get Z-Freak. Looks like Vlad is going to be able to get out Z-Freak. Can you charge away 1 second's time? No chance. And Vega Squadron, they held out for the long one. Waiting and waiting and letting their Tier 4 still, even now, take the beating of the creep pushing in, but they got the team fight they needed. They took out the Tier 1 and now rewarded with the Tier 2 as well. And they'll probably just keep on going. I mean, at this rate, when you've got a Desolator on your Broodmother and Focus Fire on the Wind Ranger, you take these buildings fast enough, you could probably get Tier 3 before Gyrocopter's back up.
There's no glyph. Oh, there we go.
Are fortified.
There is a glyph. I was looking at the bottom right corner of the screen as they popped it. The timing. Do we have any big ultis from compLexity? They've got Blink Call, looking for Mag now. Looking for no
Oh,
one.
Shackle Shot kind of interrupts that one, gives a little bit of time. Still got the 3-man call, though, getting a lot of damage out. Swindle helped out there by the cold embrace. The charge, the snowball's actually on a Chessie here, so thought about going for the TP, but that's not going to happen. Cole got no one, and that's the big one. He needed to get this Wind Ranger, and he got him too, just ahead of the TP. That was greedy by Vega Squadron. They just could have grabbed themselves a Tier 2 and then gone back, pushed out the middle lane, all the way past the river, pushed out the top lane, all the way past, you know, maybe even up until the Tier 2, but they got greedy. With that gyrocopter still down, they got the Tier 3 tower, but they paid for it with their Wind Ranger, and that's a very critical kill.
Is there enough time here? compLexity aren't fully at this tier 2 just yet. 40 seconds? It's going to take, what, 10 seconds for this tier 2 bot to fall when the creep wave hits it?
Radiant's
really
bottom
not gonna
tower
last long.
is under attack.
I guess Wind Ranger respawns while they hit the tier 3 down the bottom lane.
Yeah.
Radiant's
But with the Battle
bottom
Fury up
tower
now for the
has
Ember
fallen.
Spirit, that, like you said, that was his perfect timing for them just to really get out with what they actually achieved there, the tier 2, and then just go back to farming.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Damage
attack.
starts coming out, but it's not the same kind of pressure that Vega Squadron can put on a tower. Just not fast enough. Gyrocopter, not really the greatest at going uphill. Queen of Pain doesn't have like an AC build, so there's not a whole lot of focus damage there either. Does have the Scythe of Ice, so
Who'd
control and
you aim for? Wind Ranger?
yeah, I think so.
Before her BKB.
Just because Pasha is such a non-factor a lot of the times.
Yeah.
He's becoming a factor now though with the Crystallis, so he may still be in that mindset though. You know, it's like just a Battle Fury, just a Battle Fury. Go for the Wind Ranger, and that may end up being a downfall.
I think if you can catch the Wind Ranger before BKB, it's definitely worth going.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, BKB for Swindles. They're getting ready to push down his middle lane, even though there's no racks remaining there. Pasha's just split pushing around. He's got Vega've got all the lanes controlled, and compLexity seem unsure where to head with this. Do they have a smoke? Yeah, that's on the courier. Yeah. So they're going to be baiting out Chessie, it looks like. Or he's scouting. No, he's invis. He's scouting for them. Didn't see that. My screen, so dark.
What are they gonna find? It looks like maybe Solo will die. That's not huge. Oh, he does have the gem. He also has a Guardian Grease, so it's pretty essential that he is alive in these fights. They see a bunch of Spiderlings, but they want the mother. They want the big Mama Jama. They see Swindle. Looking for that shackle shot. This is a dangerous move by Vega to try and force a fight outside of their base.
Do they want to play this game?
Oh,
they don't
God,
know about the
there's
DD
a
room.
double damage.
Give it. If they give it to the gyro, no. What? Really? Giving it to Chessie there is.
I mean, it makes sense if you don't think there's going to be a fight for 2 minutes, but.
I mean, if Roshan respawns in a minute, then there's there's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, that's. I think that's good timing for compLexity. Less time waiting means less opportunities, I think, for Vega Squadron to, you know, push you out, find an opening, get a pick off. I think they're down to just get, you know, as many objectives as fast as possible at this point. Spiderlings one by one trundling on into the Roshan pit.
And Sigil.
Yeah, anything just to reveal Roshan. In the meantime, they're going to be pushing that middle lane pretty heavily. They'll take this tier 2. All right. A little bit of extra gold. Wait, what? BKB. No one. I mean, that's probably the right call.
He did get caught on bottom lane.
Yeah.
And he tried to TP out naked.
Bad time, though, for him to do that. Just because we know that Roshan's going to be up before his cooldown is back.
There we go. Well, they know Roshan's up. Little Spiderling dies. It's the big man.
Oh, and Chessie checks it out at the perfect time. They really needed Vega Squadron not to know about this. Or, sorry, compLexity. compLexity, though, have the opportunity to be able to end this game if they can get a good Roshan fight in.
There's level 2 weave, and there's crit on Pasha. This Battle Fury could actually do a ton of work. And no one's BKB is up in 15 seconds. If they could just hold out and stop compLexity from fighting for another 10.
Yeah, they're going to get it here. Unless Vlad, no, he can't get it in time. Throws out the Winter's Curse, but it's a bit too late. He's already made the commitment. The rest of his team is unable to get there in time. Swindle's already down to half HP by the time he makes his initiation onto Mag. No one comes forward, but he's got the engines. What a great shackle shot. It's going to go down. Z-Freak, he's next up on the line. It looks like the rest of the team will escape. But that's a courier down on the Radiant side as well. What happened?
That's Mag's AC gone. The high ground pushing tool, which could potentially have ended the game here. Like, okay, there's buyback on the gyrocopter, but without a Winter's Curse for 70 seconds, it's perfect opportunity. Well, it would have been a perfect opportunity for Vega just to push down mid and shove into racks and swing to bot.
They definitely should still force this, but what a greater situation it would have been if they had that. Vlad, I don't know. That's Winter's Curse was not ideal.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Time to focus down the tier 3 tower.
What do you feel about Gyro still not having a BKB here?
At this point in time, you kind of got to go all in, I think, for this play. Like, BKB is going to be enough to protect you against this focus fire. I think you have to have that Talisman of Evasion. Tried to go for the offensive four-staff play against Mag. Couldn't quite catch him. And Vlad, they don't even deem him worthy. They're just going to go for the mid lane of Rax and call it a day. No one is charged up.
There's Aegis BKB on him, though.
Yeah, they managed to get the call, but no one, they probably don't care too much if he dies here. In the background, though, Sioma, they can't afford to lose him early on. Sonic Wave, the Orchid isn't quite enough. He's going to be able to survive in the turnaround. Chessie goes down, and no one's still alive. He's fighting this one out. There goes the Aegis, but round two, Vega Squadron going to make this a play. Winter's Curse on a solo. Mag hitting onto him, but it's still going to fall with Pasha moving forward. And oh, compLexity just falling apart now at the seams, as now they're going to be forced into buybacks. There is no buyback out from Chessie.
If Ziz moves too far forward, he could just instantly die.
Charge on through from the side. Shackle shot. Z-Freak just gets ripped apart by the minus arm and the focus fire. And they may not realize it. Well, as time goes on, they may.
Chains. They've got Ziz.
There's no buyback from the Queen of Pain right now. And they're probably going to try and go for a second lane of Rax because of that. You have no Winter's Curse. You have a buyback on your Spirit Breaker, but I'm not sure if it's worth it at this point.
Focus fire used over on the gyrocopter, but they are really worried about the Queen of
the
Pain.
call misses. There's a buyback from the Spirit Breaker. They do want to fight around this second lane of Rax, but it's going to be without their Queen of Pain. The background is having to battle out with Mag. He pops the BKB, has the ultimate going, needs a little bit more lifesteal, but the Cold Embrace managed to keep him alive. The Wind Ranger is down. There goes a large share of the damage of Vega Squadron. Swinamel is going to be the next target. He managed to get Pasha and gets him down. Gyrocopter cleans up that kill. Solo on his way out is going to be able to pick up a Blink Dagger. Blink away. TP out. No, a chop finishes off Swindelmelons. No escape there. The buyback was worth it. They kept their melee racks alive, and they won the fight. I wasn't sure if that was going to be the right call or not.
The triple buyback, though. The initial buybacks from Gyro, Wyvern, then the one a little bit later on from the Spirit Breaker. And that was without the Dazzle there. Again, he is the key component here to Vega's teamfight as he gets a boop on the head there from the Spirit Breaker, just pushing it back a little bit.
Z-Freak, bit scared, I think, of losing his gem and such that he took away from that Tusk earlier. There's the AC, boy. Can you imagine? Like, what's the difference there? Like Mag battling it out with Gyrocopter. Significant difference, right? Because a huge increase in armor, the minus armor factor helps his allies survive longer. We'll see if it makes the difference now. They know
4 levels ahead of the Gyro as well.
They know it's a bit too late for Vega Squadron to buy back, so they know they can just get free damage onto this tier 3 tower. But now, here comes the chase. Vega Squadron, they gotta go out for this one. Pasha, having a poke.
He's going in.
Yeah, he doesn't get the chains, though. And that could have, if you've gotten the chains, who knows? Maybe that forces some sort of reaction, a BKB, something.
They wanted to go with the aggressive weave on them, because the minus armor was ticking up and up.
Yeah.
And Chessie was down to -3, I think he was. Swindles was dropping low as well.
You don't have a whole lot of buybacks left. I mean, it should be Vega Squadron with the one with buybacks, but they actually don't have that much gold. Looks like no one just gets his. Just based off of gold, Chessie picked up his as well. That's the one buyback that they have that's pretty critical. Swindlemelons, you could argue, could have a good second life, depending on the right call.
Another pretty fast Roshan respawn as well.
Speeding the game up pretty dramatically.
Oh, I guess it's average time. But still, Vega, they're the ones on the aggressive again. They've got all these lanes pushing into compLexity's base.
I mean, at this point in time, it's better to be the aggressors, right? Because there is the defender's advantage, but you would much rather die and have that time to potentially not buy back.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get a pick off here, they almost have to buy back. if you're Vega Squadron. Oh, the BKB activated. They're going to go for the snowball save. Oh, and that actually stops Wintermelon's call. Vlad's going to get the Winter's Curse on a Pasha, but it doesn't do anything. There's nothing a compLexity can do to follow that one up. They get the Sight of Ice onto no one. He's going to be dropping here soon. He gets Halberd up. Nothing he can do there, but Pasha is still alive and well, and Chessie almost goes down, and Maggie does, in fact, go down. As he blinks himself away, he still dies. Zephyri's going to be taken out. Here comes a buyback, though, from the Queen of Pain. TP in. Swinmelons gets run right over. Ziz is the next target. Mag battling out against him. He gets him as well. And now it's going to be Axe and Chessie. Can they hold against this one? Mag moves forward, playing this one aggressively, but they realize they just need to take objectives at this point in time.
While the 4v4 was happening down towards the south end of the base, I was watching Mag up against Ziz. It was the Broodmother against Gyrocopter, and he was the shepherd.
There's the change at the shackle shot. No one ends the game in style with the long-range shackle that finishes up the last two members of compLexity. And, jeez, Vega Squadron, they take it 2-0, but game 2 was a clincher.
That Broodmother just herded the Gyrocopter away, back to the tier 4s, behind the engine, just, you know, stay away from the team fight, no flat cannon for you, no call down. And that was really the decider of it. Mag forced the Gyro out, then the rest of the team fight was just cleaves and sleights of fist from that Ember Spirit.
Vega Squadron.
Whew. compLexity. That, honestly, that was better than I think a lot of people expected in game number 2. Especially after like the crushing of game number 1, coming out and playing like that. It's testament to the players and the team.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I'm impressed with, like, Chessie, I think, played really well in this series. He definitely shows that he still has it. Honestly, I mean, I think this series goes a different way if Vlad plays better. You know, not to call shots, but there was multiple Winter Curses. They were just like, okay, that's ineffective, you know, wrong time for initiation, etc. And, you know, maybe that's not on him. He's obviously trying out for the team, I think, so maybe just things that we'll see worked out in the future. But compLexity, I think, as a whole, this is the first time that I've seen them that I felt like, you know, there was potential there to be the great team that we saw them at TI.
Sure.
So, all right, that brings our night to a close, though. It's 20 minutes short of midnight, and Durka and I are going to be calling it a day.
It's getting spooky.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for watching. We'll be back. I believe it's, again, you and I, Durka.
Is it
for
you and me, or
more defense?
Me and Toby.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's me and someone. I get Wednesday off. Let's see. It's... Oh, no, it's me and you. You're right. It's D2CL for Toby tomorrow.